One of the most important topics which is very frequently asked in exam is the reflex arc. Now this reflex arc generally starts from a sense organ which is actually sensing the stimulus, which is actually perceiving the stimulus. From there the stimulus is carried by the afferent neurons going till the synapse. The synapse, the point at which the action potential is generated with the help of the neurotransmitters. Then this impulse is transferred with the help of the efferent neuron. Then this efferent neuron goes up to the neuromuscular junction. From there, it goes up to the level of the muscle where the final action is taking place. This is a complete reflex arc. Now, as you can see in this diagram, a very simple depiction is there at a stimulus is there which is a pinprick. From there the response is the flexion. Okay, now how this response is coming into play is from the stimulus the afferent neurons are going through the sensory nerve fibers and they are going till the level of the spinal cord where the integration is happening. From there the motor nerve fibers are coming out and it is giving signal to the muscles of your hand to flex your hands to get away from that pinprick stimulus. So this is how this whole complete reflex arc is completed. Now another example of reflex arc is, now whenever you touch a very hot pan or a hot any hot utensil, what happens? This is the sensory receptors are the skin. Okay, now as soon as the sensory receptors in the skin it perceive this hot stimulus, the body removes your hand from it. Okay, so how this is all happening is same pathway from the sensory receptors, it goes up to the afferent pathway. Now see follow this blue line from the afferent pathways goes up to the level of the spinal cord. From there some interneurons are playing, they are doing some integration. From there what is happening? Now see the red arrows from the ventral root is coming out of the spinal cord and there's this dorsal root. Okay, so from there the integration at the integration center the spinal cord. From there the fourth thing is the from the efferent pathway. So the impulses are coming out of the efferent pathway, it is going up to the level of your muscle at the neuromuscular junction. See over here. So what is happening? It is giving a positive response to your bicep, to your flexor muscle, and your bicep contracts and now your extensor relaxes. So what happens? The hand is withdrawn, the flexion is happening, not the extension. So with this two things are happening. There is this inhibition of the extensor muscle and the excitation of the flexor muscles. Now the classification of the reflexes is depending upon whether they are inborn or acquired. Of course, if they are inborn, then they present the time of the birth. For example, the secretion of saliva. Whenever you put a drop of honey or if you put a drop of milk in the newborn's mouth. Or if acquired reflexes or conditioned reflexes, which is done or developed after a conditioning. Example is secretion of the saliva by a sight, smell, thought or taste of a food. Now depending upon the purpose, we have protective and the anti-gravity reflexes. Protective reflex को बोलते हैं flexor reflexes, which protect the body from any nociceptive. Nociceptive means any harmful stimuli, जिसको हम बोलते हैं withdrawal. Now body is withdrawing it from that nociceptive stimuli. That is why we call them as withdrawal reflexes or the flexor. The body is doing the hands are flexed or the legs are flexed. Anti-gravity are the reflexes that protect the body against gravitational forces. These are called the extensor reflexes because यहाँ पे extensor muscle contract during these reflexes, resulting in the extension at the joints. And depending upon, see the two classifications. Now the third classification is depending upon the number of synapses. We have monosynaptic, एक synapse, and polysynaptic, multiple synapses. Now in monosynaptic reflexes only having one synapse in the reflex arc. Example is a stretch reflex. And polysynaptic, जहाँ पे more than one synapse is involved. For example, your withdrawal reflex. Now depending upon whether they are somatic or they are visceral. Somatic, if they are formed by the somatic nerve fiber, which involve the participation of the skeletal muscles, and the visceral, which is formed by the autonomic nerve fiber, which involve the participation of the smooth muscles or the cardiac muscles. Now visceral reflex include your pupillary reflexes, your swallowing, coughing or vomiting are also considered as visceral, but इसमें से कहीं ना कहीं 10-20% आपका skeletal muscle भी involved होती है. Depending upon the anatomy, we have the cerebellum, which is have the center in the cerebellum. Then we have the cortical, which has the center in cerebral cortex. Then we have midbrain, medullary reflexes, going by their name. Then we have the spinal reflexes. And depending upon the clinical basis, we have the superficial reflexes, deep reflexes, visceral, and the pathological reflexes. Now, this reflexes is also one of the most important questions in your exams. The classification of the reflexes. Now, what do you mean by reciprocal inhibition? It's one of the most important feature of both the flexor and extensor reflexes. What happens? First, understand this. Excitation of one group of muscle is associated with the inhibition of another. अगर एक ग्रुप ऑफ मसल एक्साइट होगी तो दूसरी ग्रुप ऑफ मसल इनिबिट होगी. फॉर एग्जांपल, अभी आपने एग्जांपल में देखा कि बाइसेप मसल एक्साइट हुई है और ट्राइसेप मसल को इनिबिट किया गया है. दैट इज एंटागोनिस्ट ग्रुप ऑफ द मसल है ऑन द सेम साइड. फॉर एग्जांपल, अगर फ्लेक्सर रिफ्लेक्स एलिसिट होता है तो फ्लेक्सर मसल्स एक्साइटेड होंगी और जो एक्सटेंसर मसल्स हैं वो इनिबिट होगी इन दैट साइड. उसको बोलते हैं रेसिप्रोकल इनिबिशन. नाउ सी दिस एग्जांपल. नाउ दिस इज द मसल स्पिंडल. From here, the afferent impulses from the stretch receptor to the spinal cord it's going. Follow this green line. Follow this green afferent pathway. It's going into the spinal cord. Here some interneurons are doing their role, and then it's coming out. It's the efferent impulse, which is causing the contraction of the stretch muscle, and efferent impulses inhibit the contraction of the antagonist muscle. So, एक muscle contract होगी, एक muscle relax, जिसको बोलते हैं reciprocal inhibition. Another term which is known as the reciprocal innervation, which comes from reciprocal inhibition. Whenever a stretch reflex occurs, the muscle that antagonizes the action of the muscle must relax. Understand this by this diagram. What is happening? If you are tapping the tendon, it will stretch the muscle. When the muscle is stretched, stretching क्या होगा? Sensory receptor को stimulate करेगा. जो stretch receptors है वो stimulate हुए. Again, सेंसरी न्यूरॉन एक्साइट हुआ, एफरेंट न्यूरॉन के थ्रू गया, एफरेंट पाथवे के थ्रू गया थ्रू द स्पाइनल कॉर्ड. वहाँ से इट इज़ कमिंग आउट थ्रू द मोटर न्यूरॉन. अब मोटर न्यूरॉन में जो इफेक्टर है, व्हाट इज हैपनिंग? द क्वाड्रिसेप्स इज स्ट्रेचिंग. द क्वाड्रिसेप्स इज कॉन्ट्रैक्टिंग टू रिलीव द स्ट्रेचिंग. क्वाड्रिसेप्स कॉन्ट्रैक्ट हो रही है टू रिलीव द स्ट्रेचिंग. और जो एंटागोनिस्ट मसल्स हैं, मतलब जो हैमस्ट्रिंग्स हैं, वो रिलैक्स हो रही है. तो मोटर न्यूरॉन टू एंटागोनिस्ट मसल, फॉर एग्जांपल हैमस्ट्रिंग इज inhibited. So whenever a stretch reflex occurs, the muscles that antagonize the action of the muscle must relax. This is initiated by the simultaneous inhibition of the nerve to the antagonist muscle. तो कैसे होगा? simultaneous जो nerve जो antagonist muscle पे जा रही है उसका inhibition हो जाएगा. A branch of the sensory nerve synapses with an interneuron that secretes an inhibitory neurotransmitter. This way, every time an impulse travels up the sensory nerve, the motor nerve to the antagonist muscle is inhibited, जिसको हम बोलते हैं reciprocal innervation. Another reflex is the crossed extensor reflex. Now, it's a withdrawal reflex. It occurs whenever the flexures, जो आपकी withdrawing limb है, जो आपकी limb withdraw कर रही है, उसके अंदर जो flexures है वो contract हो रहे हैं, जो extensors है वो relax हो रहे हैं, and vice versa in the opposite limb. So आपको जिस limb को contract करना है, जिस limb को आपको withdraw करना है, उसके अंदर फ्लेक्सर्स कॉन्ट्रैक्ट होंगे, बट ऑफ कोर्स एंड एक्सटेंसर्स विल बी रिलैक्स्ड. अब इसका एग्जांपल, नाउ व्हेन अ पर्सन इज स्टेपिंग ऑन अ नेल, द लेग दैट इज स्टेपिंग ऑन द नेल इट पुल्स अवे व्हाइल द अदर लेग टेक्स द वेट ऑफ द होल बॉडी. ऑफ कोर्स ऐसा ही होता है ना. सो आप इसमें देखो, जैसे ही व्हेन दैट पर्सन, जैसे ही उसका फुट उस नेल पे गया, व्हाट इज हैपनिंग? सेंसरी न्यूरॉन्स आर गोइंग टू द स्पाइनल कॉर्ड. फ्रॉम देयर द मोटर न्यूरॉन्स आर कमिंग. वहाँ पे जिस लेग को आपको विड्रॉ करना है उसका फ्लेक्सर कॉन्ट्रैक्ट हो रहा है. आर यू एबल टू सी? जिस लेग को कॉन्ट्रैक्ट करना है उसका फ्लेक्सर कॉन्ट्रैक्ट कर रहा है और उसका एक्सटेंसर रिलैक्स कर रहा है. एंड जो लेग पूरा वेट आपका बॉडी वेट ले चुकी है, द ऑपोजिट द एंटागोनिस्ट लेग और द ऑपोजिट लेग, वह फ्लेक्सर रिलैक्स कर रहा है और एक्सटेंसर कॉन्ट्रैक्ट कर रहा है. So crossed extensor में the reflex occurs on the opposite side of the body from the stimulus. To produce this reflex, branches of the afferent nerve, it crosses from the stimulated side of the body to the contralateral side of the spinal cord. The stretch reflex is a muscle contraction in response to stretching within the muscle. Stretch reflex एक तरीके का monosynaptic reflex है. When a muscle length, the muscle spindle is stretched and its nerve activity increases, जिसकी वजह से अल्फा मोटर न्यूरॉन एक्टिविटी भी बढ़ जाती है. Now see, the knee jerk reflex or the patellar tendon reflex, इसमें monosynaptic stretch reflex आ रहा है आपका, or reciprocal inhibition also. Now first stimulus is the tap to tendon stretch to stretch the muscle. Receptor में muscle spindle stretches and the fires. Now it goes up to the efferent path and integrating center synapses in the spinal cord. Okay. Now from here, this purple line, efferent path 1 is a somatic motor neuron which goes up to the quadricep muscle. Quadricep contract करेगी and swinging the lower leg forward. जब अपन टेंडन जब पटेला टेंडन रिफ्लेक्स होता है तो whenever you hit on the patella, what happens? The freely movable जो leg है, it just go forward in the forward direction. It just swings in the forward direction. That's a reflex. To check that your reflex arc is completed and there is no problem in your body. There is no problem in the integrating center. Now there is another efferent path. एक तो efferent path, this one, and there is another efferent path. यहाँ पे what is happening? This is the hamstring muscle. Interneuron is inhibiting the somatic motor neuron. यहाँ पे hamstring muscle is inhibited, which stays relaxed along the extension of the leg, which is उसको बोलते हैं reciprocal inhibition. So with this we complete the reflex topic, but the reflex is a very very important topic per se for your exam, and the classification and the stretch reflex and the reflex arc is a very commonly asked question.